This new year, why not let Audible expand your life by listening? Explore over 1 million audiobooks, podcasts, and exclusive Audible originals that'll inspire and motivate you. Tap into your well-being with advice and insight from leading professionals and experts on better health, relationships, career, finance, investing, and more. Maybe you want to kick a bad habit or start a good one. If you're interested in learning how to master your emotions and hearing scientifically backed advice for using your emotions as a tool, may I suggest Shift by psychologist and bestseller author Dr. Ethan Cross? Trust me, listening on Audible can help you reach the goals you set for yourself. Start listening today when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
You already hit the button.
I'll hit that button because I hit the button already. I have not been watching the basketball tonight because I went instead to see the new movie Novocaine.
Okay.
I've never heard of this.
It is a action movie starring Jack Quaid, where the premise of the movie is that he has a genetic condition where he can't feel any pain.
Okay. I like Jack Quaid.
I would say I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Like, it delivered on the premise. They definitely knew what they wanted to do. Like, they executed all that stuff. There was a lot that was kind of like, I mean, I guess you're already kind of stretching belief when you have the premise of the movie, but like the whole movie, really, I was just kind of like, where are the cops? There should be a lot more cops here.
Is it a hat on a hat movie?
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that phrase.
A hat on a hat movie is like Space Jam. Space Jam is a hat on a hat. It's not just that the Looney Tunes are real, but also there are aliens trying to kidnap Michael Jordan. It's too much.
I think Space Jam is perfect.
I'm not a Space Jam fan.
The new Space Jam is awful. The original Space Jam is art.
I mean, the new Space Jam does give us algae rhythm.
The new Space Jam gets Bugs Bunny in the same movie as the guys from Clockwork Orange. Oh, North Carolina is absolutely taking it to San Diego. Okay.
Gross.
Yeah, just proves the committee right. Proves all the people talking about it wrong.
Beth actually is going to try to make it.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to give her a few minutes and then we'll get going.
I mean, that's probably good. We shouldn't talk mad shit about the thing that we're going to talk mad shit about without her. I'm going to regardless, but it feels more polite to include her in that particular conversation.
Wait, there's more stuff to talk about with that particular university?
I mean, it is just a thing that occurred between Sunday and today that we have not yet discussed.
Okay, I don't know what this is. Probably because I was seeing Novocaine. I don't know what this is.
So we'll save this.
This is going to be delightful.
West Virginia University, not mentioned in the movie Novocaine.
Mm.
The only teams that are mentioned are the Padres, the Clippers, and the Chargers. They are all mentioned in the movie.
I feel like that's more sports teams than are mentioned in most movies.
So there's this like weird thing going on. I feel like, I don't know how weird it is, right? But like I feel like we just don't make a lot of comedies anymore. So there are all of these like comic actors where like you recognize them from like back when we used to make more comedy movies or from sitcoms or stuff like that, where now they're just like getting bit parts in like non-comedy movies, and they're just like kind of awkwardly shoehorned in comic relief into these movies. So if you're familiar with the actor Matt Walsh, right? I probably most known for Veep. He's Mike McClintock on Veep.
Okay,
but,
yes.
Like he's in the movie as a cop, and like it's like very like awkwardly because everyone else is like deadly serious, right? And like, you know, like it's an action movie, so like people are like dying, getting shot, like there's stuff happening, and like he's still just like kind of like has like some joke lines. Like it's a weird vibe, but he's the one that's talking about all the sports because the movie's set in San Diego.
Okay.
Well, I know something we can talk about before Beth gets here because this doesn't require her.
No mention of San Diego State in the movie, though.
It was St. Patrick's Day this weekend.
It was.
This Monday.
This
and
weekend.
To celebrate that, Skyline Chili, our patron fast food restaurant, we can probably say.
Speak for yourself.
Does the green spaghetti. It's in the show notes. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's the green spaghetti with the good juice.
This makes me so uncomfortable. And like Skyline Chili already makes me uncomfortable. But the noodles that have very clearly been made green by being boiled in water that includes green food coloring.
You think so? You don't think that's a traditional spinach pasta?
No,
zucchini.
No, I
it's
do
zucchini
not.
three-way.
That is something I will not be Googling. That is radiation green, my friend.
I'm going to say something here. I think that actually looks more appetizing than it normally does. But again, green is my favorite color, so.
There you go.
I disagree with you.
I would try the green noodles first.
I had the option of trying the special St. Patrick's Day Skyline. I think it's 2 years ago now.
Yes.
Because it was when Pitt played in the first four in Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, in Ohio. I was in the area of Skyline, but I chickened out because I was like, I am not going to try Skyline for the first time immediately before I attend 2 basketball games.
Seems
that
wise.
feels like something that could go pretty wrong.
That's like, okay,
right? Like,
you go back, you eat Skyline and you just go back to the hotel for the night.
Yes. Which is when I finally tried Skyline for the first time, I had it scheduled. So it was like, I'm getting Skyline. I'm getting it takeout on the way back to the hotel. I don't have anything for the rest of the night. I'm just going to eat Skyline and go to bed.
This is something that I posted, and I also took the Ohio, Pennsylvania graphic and declared that Skyline was the official food of Ohio, which made everyone mad.
Jordan, I'm getting you an ankle monitor.
It made everyone mad because even the rest of the Ohio people were like, no, we don't claim this. You can't make us eat this. And then Philadelphians started doing some really like secessionist shit. Like, why are those people over in Cincinnati way over there telling me what I can do?
I mean, to be fair, Philadelphians feel that way about people who are in Lancaster.
That's true.
I feel like if you look at the geography of Ohio, I think that Sheetz is probably the thing that maps closest to that because they're reaching all the way across Ohio now. I know they're like, I don't know if they're at Dayton yet, but they're like getting to Dayton, Toledo.
Scenic Dayton.
I mean, so that's probably the thing that gets you the most coverage in terms of stuff that's unique to there. Like, obviously, there's all sorts of places that are just everywhere. Like Wendy's isn't really unique. They're, I believe, headquartered in Columbus, but that's not really something special there.
Someone suggested that there be a Sheetz Wawa wall erected to keep the Skyline out.
I mean, I think if Sheetz and Wawa can come to detente about anything, it probably is keeping that abomination unto God out of Pennsylvania.
I would welcome Skyline.
How many years did the Chinese Civil War pause for World War II?
A while.
It was a while. So if the two sides of the Chinese Civil War can come together and then continue fighting, then Sheetz and Wawa, I feel.
So what I'm hearing here is Skyline Chili is Imperial Japan.
Basically, yes.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sickos Committee podcast.
This is our podcast for the evening of March 18th, 2025. It's going to start being like in Bluey, whoever says the episode title is like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
There's other shows like that too.
Pitt Girl.
I kind of hope that we don't have a main character that's us on this show. Like, I feel like that can't be good.
Oh yeah, our show is like Twitter or Blue Sky. You don't want to be the main character.
Yeah, like usually the main character is probably someone that's not having a good time. So who is not having a good time right
Puddles.
San Diego State.
Oh, I mean, San Diego State's having a really bad time. Another TV show that used to do whoever the character of that episode was says the special thing was Battlestar Galactica. Whoever dropped the previously on Battlestar Galactica, you knew they were probably going to die that episode. Or they were going to have something traumatic happen to them, because that show is nothing but trauma. Trauma the show. God, that's a good show. Folks, it is March Madness. We just got to watch a really great game between Alabama State and St. Francis. Alabama State wins it by 1 point, I believe. Or two?
By
I think
two.
it was two.
With a Hail Mary at the end.
He absolutely wanged that thing across the court. Can't even be mad about it. Loretto stays standing, thank God.
Well,
Have to rebuild it
maybe.
a third
I'll
time.
let you know tomorrow.
Oh, they're like Philly. They're going to trash it no matter what.
Are there light poles to climb there?
They've greased all 3 light poles.
How many light
in
poles
Loretto.
are in Loretto that they have to grease?
Hey, girl, did you get the video I sent you earlier?
I received it but did not watch it.
Okay.
Would you like me to watch it live on air?
You can if you want. I sent you a video of me driving through downtown Loretto 3 hours before game time, so you could see the level of madness that was going on in town.
Oh, I assume they're just ripping things down.
Oh, yes. You know
Riots
the
in the
riot's
street.
happening because there's a school bus.
Yes. I think there are 3 people visible in the entire video.
More American flags than people.
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me. It was an amazing full court from out of bounds.
It was like thrown in the triple coverage, it seemed. Like
Yeah.
it was a football, like
straight
Hail
out.
Mary pass, thrown it full court, basically landing inside the paint on the opposite side. And there was just like a mash of bodies. The St. Francis, they did not knock down the Hail Mary. You're just supposed to knock it down, but it's basketball. They tipped it up, and it wound up getting to an Alabama State player who was there. Basically, he was already at the basket, and all he had to do was lay it up because that's how long the pass was. It was crazy. I can put it in the chat for you, Beth, if you missed it.
I definitely missed it.
I called it a Hornet Hail Mary for the win.
While he does that, folks, as always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, we have the classic lineup. Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and Arthur on the 1s and 2s. Beth, how are you?
I'm very sleepy. I couldn't watch any of the games because I am playing Little Shop of Horrors right now in the absolute middle of nowhere. I am just south of Woodbury, Pennsylvania.
Oh God.
There is no cell phone signal whatsoever. So I told Jordan to just let me know what was going on in the game. And when I got north of Woodbury and my cell phone signal came back, I would get all of his messages, which was exactly what happened. Yeah. So I'm in the middle of the back of Beyond.
Oh yes. You surely are.
Yes.
I have hastily Googled the location of Woodbury, and I'm a little surprised it's not in Huntington County.
Me too. It feels like Huntington County.
It looks like Huntington County, and yet,
listener, Huntington County has a big lake in it that they put over top of a town, and a prison, and that's it.
And burnt cabins.
Well, and I'm sorry,
turnpike exit.
Yes, and Juniata College. Sorry.
Juniata College.
I'll learn how to say that one day.
Juniata. There, kind of.
No, I said it. I said it more.
When we do our musical
I said it more Cajun.
Beth, when we do our musical episode, will you do Suddenly Seymour with me?
Sure, absolutely.
Will you also do Feed Me with me? You have to be the plant.
We do have a lady plant in this show.
Oh, I love lady plants.
Lady plant.
Oh.
Yeah. It was kind of funny because it turns out that our keyboard player was watching the game on his stand while he was playing the show.
This is the
And
way.
when things started to break bad, he started to make mistakes, which started to make all of us make mistakes.
Oh no, disaster.
Okay.
You know,
There's something in Huntington. It is called
Huntington.
Haas's Steak and Sea House, and I
that's
am intrigued.
that's originally from if you would like to attend this place, it was founded just south of me. Their second location is less than 2 miles from my house.
There are many of those across Pennsylvania. I
Yes.
didn't realize they weren't a national chain until like relatively recently in my
Yeah, they're all
life.
over the place.
It's Haas's Steak and Sea House.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haas's is
Haas's
hospitality.
It's fine.
Yep.
It's right across the street
It's
from
Haas, not like Haas, like the race cars.
Yeah.
No.
No.
HOSS.
Haas's.
Okay.
Do they not have these in Pittsburgh or in
They
Greater
do.
Pittsburgh?
Well, there's one in Murraysville.
Do you want
Yeah, you have to get out of the city. Like they haven't made their way in, and I doubt they ever
And
will.
why
It
would
doesn't
they?
seem like a city
Haas's
thing.
website
They are not.
cracks me up because it's just Haas.com.
Yes.
It's like there's
Yes.
3
Yes.
S's. Haas's
Yep.
Steak and
Yes.
Sea House.
Yes. Their slogan is Haas's is hospitality.
Have
hmm
It'd
asked
be
everyone
great
how
if it
everyone's
was
doing yet?
awesome.
Week up far?
I feel like
You
we
asked
looked at
me.
this
You
before.
you got to Beth and then we got
We
distracted.
looked at this
Sorry.
Hey,
before.
girl, how are you?
In classic central Pennsylvanian of Irish and Scandinavian descent mistakes, I spent too long outside on one of the first warm days in March and have proceeded to already have a sunburn.
Nice.
Dang. Okay.
Look at my face.
I can't wait.
Oh,
So
wow.
You're rosy as I am.
Yes.
You
Just
have
on that, mostly on that side. Also on this side, but mostly
She's
on this
rosy
side. And
cheek.
also
Like a
on the back of my
line.
neck.
Rosy
Yeah,
cheek
God.
on a happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Commish, how are you, sir?
It sucks. Everything sucks. Everything is crap. No, it just I've been working at home for like the past 5 years, and that is over. So they're forcing me back in the office. So I'm drinking the strongest dark and stormy rum drink imaginable at this moment.
So what I'm hearing is the club is going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm getting litty. So if I start slurring at the end of the podcast, this is why.
I thought we tried to avoid slurs on the
Heard.
podcast.
So if you start slurring at the end, we're going to have to
If
beep
I
a lot of
start
this.
slurring my speech,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that's especially dangerous right now. Like if you can just wait a few weeks.
Oh, that's right. Arthur can't bleep you because he's not editing.
okay.
All he can do is
I'm not
record it
gonna
over
say
you and go.
slurs, but I'm talking
"Ah."
about slurring my speech, or I'm gonna turn into the defensive coordinator from the Water Boys, and nobody can understand what I'm saying. Just smile and laugh. You'll be fine. So
here's the medium, the compromise I've come to, right? If there's something I absolutely have to cut out, I will replace it with an ad.
That's not editing. That's just.
Yeah, exactly.
that's good.
That's
placement.
marketing.
There we go.
That is business, folks.
Well,
So every time someone hears an ad, they can try to figure out what we screwed.
what I screwed up. Yes. So I don't know what's going on, but I normally have some music going in my headphones at the time, just like background music. It's something called I don't know. It randomly went to an upbeat synthwave playlist, and the name of the song is "The Local on the Eights" by Decisive Koala.
Hell yeah.
If you're going to be a koala,
You got to be
be a
decisive.
decisive one.
I'm throwing that in the podcast chat.
I like that you have like this is a little bit insane to me. Please don't take this the wrong
it's
way.
wild.
That you have
No,
like background music on while we're recording the podcast.
that is so
I always
wild.
do that. It's always just in the back.
Oh my god!
It's for the
Oh my
vibe.
God.
You
Oh
need
my
to under.
God.
I
Oh my
there.
God.
Really?
I this is one thing where I'm certain Jordan and I are the same.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
certain. Jordan, is background music a thing in your world ever?
No, music doesn't go. Voices go on in the background, not
Yep.
music.
Yep.
Podcasts. I would rather play a podcast right now and try to talk over it in my headphones.
Yep.
And listen to music.
There
it would
is
be easier.
So once you have done the terrible thing to yourself where you go to school for music and you're taught to analyze music, you cannot ever turn your brain off ever again while listening to it. It is a thing that is like, oh, something is on. I have to fully analyze what I'm listening to, and I can't stop until the music stops.
So that's the opposite for me. So like what I do for work is like I have to read like very detailed documentation, and it's very hard for me to listen to a podcast to do that. So I always have like, I have background vibes that I could podcast to on. So
my God.
Oh yeah, no, I've had many conversations with obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend about how like because he's a programmer, and so like he can listen to an audiobook at work and that it's fine and he can still follow the book. My job is or a podcast. My job is too thinky in the wrong way. And so I cannot do the thing where I'm supposed to be paying attention to what they're saying. I used to put old episodes of Hello Internet on while I was writing papers in college, just because the like cadence of the conversation was good for thinking, but not because I was paying attention to what they were saying.
Yeah, I always got music going on. It's nonstop. That's what I mean. If you ever see like my Spotify Wrapped on my personal or whatever about my personal social media accounts, you see the Spotify Wrapped. I have like over 100,000 minutes of like music just going. It's just constantly going. It's just like my life is a soundtrack, because I have to drown out the kids' music that my kiddo listens to, and if I have to listen to something by, I don't know, some YouTube video where they just go nom nom over again, like whatever. I can't do that. I gotta get Old MacDonald Had a Farm out of my head because I heard it 20 times this evening. So Coco Melon, I will find you in hell. Coco Melon, I will find you in hell.
Jordan, I'm gonna take that terrible Canadian Olympic fanfare that I made, and I'm gonna make it into a 4-hour loop.
Yeah.
And you and I can try to listen to it while we record. Okay. And what you guys will get is the most unhinged audio.
I love that. Like you guys are no. Music was work. I have to pay attention to this. For me, it's like music is just like, it's just there. It's in the background.
Oh my God.
It's the soundtrack to my life.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, Commish, I'm like generally with you on that. But while we're recording the podcast,
it's like low. It's like, and it's music without words. So there's no words.
I don't care.
Okay. Without words is harder. Like that's harder.
This is like finding out that
that just ruined the whole podcast. This is great.
My kid put yogurt on a sandwich the other day, like 2 pieces of bread, and like spread some yogurt between the bread. Right. It took a bite, and he didn't like it. I mean, and it's no big deal. Who cares? But it's like finding out like your favorite sandwich is a yogurt sandwich.
Yogurt sandwich seems like something they would do in the Netherlands and just like not tell other people about it.
Well, now I'm going to try a yogurt sandwich.
They have fairy bread in Australia, which is basically bread, butter, and sprinkles.
I mean,
bread and sprinkles is also a thing in the Netherlands.
You like freeze the yogurt in the sandwich, and it's like an ice cream yogurt sandwich or something. That could work.
Just like a
froyo sandwich.
Yogurt.
Oh wait, I have a pivot from this. Do you know what other like fast food things I like?
Okay.
Sweet things I like? Pop Tarts.
All right.
Hey guys, did you know that we were on Last Week Tonight this week?
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
We were, yes.
Is it the show Last Week Tonight, or is it Last Year Tonight?
No. It was this week's episode of Last Week Tonight. Oh, okay. I watched the episode. Obnoxiously, Pitt boyfriend and I watch it anyway, but I like intentionally was like, we're watching this one, and he was like, okay, and then I got to like do the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme when the picture came up, and was like, we took that, Katie took that, because Strawberry's like single remaining eye staring out into the universe was featured on this week's episode of Last Week Tonight, which is about sports gambling.
Yeah, he talks about in one of his little tangenty things. He talks about bowl games, Pop Tarts bowl, and talks about how the Pop Tart was killed and consumed, and the picture that pops up with no attribution to us, by the way,
you know,
is Katie's picture of Strawberry, which is amazing.
It's kind of public domain at this point. Like we gave this to, we got the art, but make it sports.
I don't think anyone could even find there, unless you just happen to know where the original was from, because we just threw it out.
Yeah,
we took this picture for the love of the game and have provided it to the world as a community service.
Mm-hmm. And we're never going to do that again. From now on, everything will be behind our terrifying paywall.
Why is our paywall terrifying?
I mean, I assume
because it also comes
of the
with Discord access.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. The Discord access is adequately terrifying.
I'm just gonna say, like,
they were talking about all these crazy genes in there.
You search this Pop Tart death photo, and it's our photo, but like everybody just downloaded the photo. We didn't watermark it, but we are the original.
No,
it's ours.
Of course we did.
Well, I mean, like, we're just celebrating the death of it. But like, if you look, basically, like, you just type in Pop Tart death, you get the founder of Pop Tarts, along with that recently died, along with Strawberry's death, and it's just our photo there everywhere. It's into the pop culture. Like, it's on TikTok. It's whatever, man.
Well, I mean, the version of Strawberry that they reanimated is the photo.
That's right.
With the addition of stitches.
Yes. I mean, it's
horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Again, if they make plushies of these, I will ruin my bed with them. I will send you a picture of the Podcat just buried in Pop Tarts.
God, I go back to the conversation I had with the Orlando sports, like the citrus sports people that put on the Pop Tart Bowl and the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I just go back to the conversation I had with them, and they were just like, "Hey, I see that you're requesting media credentials for the Pop Tart Bowl. Like, what are you trying to do here at the Pop Tart Bowl?" Well, I was like, I'm just trying to get Katie and Melanie into the Pop Tart Bowl just to cover. And I mean, we don't need any spots in the press box. We just want to go around on the field and just enjoy the Pop Tarts Bowl. It's the first Pop Tarts Bowl. We just want to have a fun time, cover, and post on social media. And then we're like, perfect. We could, you're in. And from that point, like, the Pop Tart Bowl lore, we're a part of the lore of this bowl game, which is incredible to be a part.
So what we're saying is, you're welcome, Pop Tart Bowl.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. They said yes, and it was probably
got the picture of it.
It was probably one of the best decisions they've ever made.
Yeah.
I in my opinion, at least.
This is one of the many services that we offer. Don't ask about the other ones.
I mean, it's like, I'm still waiting for this
$20 savings in town.
This giant venture capitalist needs to like buy us and let Jordan and I do this for a living. Because I mean,
did you see that Duke's got bought out by a different venture capital firm?
Private equity, but yes.
Private equity out of Boston.
Yeah, so
they're going to be owned by Northerners now.
And so, like, they were a part of a private equity firm in Charlotte. The funny thing about this, the name of the private equity firm in Charlotte, you're going to remember the city, Jordan. What's a city?
I saw this.
What's a city known for butter in South Texas?
It's Falfurrias.
That's right. So Falfurrias, Texas. It was like Falfurrias private equity, and I'm like, are they?
Why is it named after Falfurrias?
Yeah, I have no idea. Just like it's South Texas, known for butter. It's like Falfurrias Capital Partners is who they were used to be owned by. I don't know where they got the name, and like it's like about us, and it's just like we're founded by like this guy named Hugh, Mark, and Ed McMahon. Not that Ed McMahon.
Not that one.
Not the yes.
A different latter day.
Wait, holy shit! If it was the Ed McMahon, yes, yes. But heyo, nobody's gonna get this joke because everybody.
No, that is so out of anyone's wheelhouse. Ed McMahon's not.
Does anybody know about Star Search? I mean,
oh my god,
I do, but only because I have old parents.
They give that Ed McMahon impersonation 3 3/4 star.
The only McMahons I know are like WWE.
There is an Ed McMahon impersonation in Aladdin. So
yes,
you So you sort of pull it up to like 90s kids.
Okay.
Yeah, so Star
Well,
Search,
wait,
I
was
have
that-
Googled Star Search not knowing anything
Yeah.
about it. It stopped running the year I was born.
Did you search Star Search?
I did.
You search.
So is there an Ed McMahon reference in Aladdin, or is it a Johnny Carson impression?
So Robin Williams.
Oh, I think it was a Johnny
Johnny
Carson.
Carson one.
And now we have put ourselves into a demographic that has that has puddles and no one else.
Yeah, God, no one's
Well,
pull
maybe
out.
if
Hey
my
guys,
dad is
I
listening.
know who Johnny Carson is.
My dad was listening because we
Hey,
talked
Beth.
about scenic Dayton, Ohio. So
let's talk about. You want to start at the top of the West Virginia fail tree this week
Oh
and just
my
hit every branch down?
I was.
There are branches
Like-
here. We're gonna hit.
Wait. I think we're still talking about Fall Furious Industries or whatever the
Furious.
fuck.
Yes. Bob Furious.
Are we?
Let Beth stew a little bit on the West Virginia news. Continue, Commish.
Okay. Well, I was kind of upset. Like Beth was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it to the podcast, and I was like, man, there's been so much West Virginia stuff that's happened, and I don't.
Yeah, friends, I'm running on 45 minutes of sleep.
Yeah,
right
and I'm
now.
like, I
So-
don't really want like Beth, like to die here. And if she can make the podcast, it's great. But there's been a lot of West Virginia in the news, and the first thing is the funniest thing for us, because we ended the last podcast where, like, this basically ended it where Beth asked about where did West Virginia make the tournament? And so
me trying to make a lighthearted ending.
make a
joke.
lighthearted ending joke, right?
Nope.
And she definitely needed a mullen again. But
Oh, my DMs are a fire right now.
So-
Oh, I
So-
bet.
I left them shits open. They're closed now.
So funny thing here is that we recorded that Sunday night a little bit like a few hours after the bracket dropped. Then Monday, the world wakes up, and look, man,
The NCAA teams is full of the lawyer shark going, "We got sued."
I mean, not yet, not technically.
no,
but
it's a little bit of
the governor of
I'm
West
sorry,
Virginia.
lawyer shark with the text modified to say legal action, like the on3 graphic that is posted in the show notes.
and shout out to
And
shout out
then-
to Animated Lunch for making the on3 graphic much better, because they've been a little bit diminishing returns for me on those graphics lately. But shout out to them putting the Law and Order theme over this, like,
That's
and then
good.
it's just basically like legal action WVU. Dun dun.
Jesus Christ.
Dun, 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 dun.
Of course,
Oh, man,
And,
so
and
good.
keep in mind, my information is out of date on this, because the last time that I was connected to anyone who could tell me what was going on was like 2:00 this afternoon. As I understand, some more things have happened.
well, you get the governor coming out with a National Corrupt Athletic Association sign.
Whew.
Which looks like it's on foam board.
I love it. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't think they had much time to like.
You know, they've got a good collegiate font.
Yes,
They,
but the
they could
sounds-
sell a lot of merch if they wanted
I would
to.
think. So.
Honestly, I would buy one of these. This press conference was also how I, not a resident of West Virginia, learned that Jim Justice is no longer the governor of West Virginia. Because I like looked at this picture and I squinted at it a little bit and I was like, this does not look like the guy with the cute dog. This is a different white guy from West Virginia. They got a new white
So
guy.
Yep.
The governor actually.
It's Morrissey, but not that Morrissey.
The governor actually saying the words Ken Palm really messed with me. Like, I was like, I don't even know his voice, but like him saying Ken Palm. It's like, let me see if I can get the video.
I cannot believe, I mean, I can believe that this guy got elected to statewide office sounding like
Yeah.
that.
Is he going to
Given that
sound like
Ron
every one of my
DeSantis is
cousins?
also in office, but also like, oh my
Hold
god.
on, let me find this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna throw it in the chat. Jordan, you need to add this sound to the soundboard.
Give me the Ken Palm
You need
button.
a Ken Palm button. Because
Jim Justice is now a U.S. senator, by the way.
Yeah.
Like he didn't leave. He just
He got-
has a different job.
Let me see if it actually.
Okay, but this makes baby dog like Senate dog. And I do love that for her.
Okay.
Watching that dog attempt to do a coin flip will stick with me for the rest of my natural life.
Can you get it pulled up, or isn't link's not like populating for me?
Yeah, I don't see it in the chat, my friend.
It's in the podcast thing. It just says fixed tweet. Weird.
Oh, let me see. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Hold on, let me try to send it again.
All right, no, I
got it. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Let me bring it up here.
Yes.
Or here, actually, I don't need to bring it up.
This is the governor's voice, and this took me out. Like he's in front of a podium with this sign that says National Corrupt Athletic Association because of UNC's AD being on the selection committee, but he recused himself.
Okay, here we go.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
Don't hear anything.
Okay, let me bring it in then. I thought that would work.
Oh. There we go.
Here we go.
Or it's a Ken Palm, a rating. Or it's a Ken Palm, a rating. Or it's a Ken Palm, a rating.
Ken Palm.
Ken Palm, a rating.
Like
Ken
he's
Palm, a
like
rating.
it's a Pokemon. Ken Palm. Ken Palm. Ken Palm. Ken Palm?
Wow.
This is
Ken Palm is the like third evolution of iPalm. Like you have iPalm, and then you have Ambipalm, and then you have Ken Palm, and Ken Palm has a basketball.
Ken Palm's got three hands.
Three hands and a basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it evolves the whole way. It has a mega evolution into Palm Wonderful, but you have to spend a whole lot of candy on that thing.
You do, but it's then the basketball turns into a pomegranate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Beth, this is just the first thing that West Virginia did.
That's the tip of the Ken Palm iceberg.
You know how West Virginia head coach Darian DeVries said that he wasn't going to Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Did he
true.
go to Iowa?
That's true.
Oh, okay.
He didn't go to Iowa.
Well, that's nice.
He went to Indiana.
Fuck.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Did he go to Iowa?
Hang on,
He pulled a Lincoln Riley.
Let me
did the
see
Lincoln
if I've
Riley
got.
thing. He's like, hey, I'm
Let me
not
see
going
if
to
I've got
LSU.
this
And he went to
entirely
USC.
straight.
Go for it.
Go, Beth.
So West Virginia got a high-profile snub to an important athletic thing and instantly lost their coach and had the government of the state doing a very stupid thing, like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this is 2007 again. It's that again. We're doing the thing again.
We're just doing that again.
Hey, Rich Rod's back.
Fuck.
I will say, in addition to all of the fun that I have been having with this personally, I would like to take this moment to appreciate both the Pitt Athletics Instagram account and Twitter mutual or Blue Sky mutual of mine, Pittsburgh Gray Squirrel, for reposting this graphic courtesy of Pitt Athletics that has the score from like literally every sport Pitt has played West Virginia in this year.
Oh my God.
Even esports.
Damn.
Listener, we have won all of them. All of them.
Pitt, build a rifle team and have a mine rescue team challenge. Go.
Oh.
Let's say I was going to say that West Virginia was having a great year if you count the things they're good at.
I mean, I feel like West Virginia's lived up.
Saving and shooting people. That's it.
Saving and shooting
Those are-
people.
that's the list.
That's it. That's what I mean. What do you expect a mountaineer to do? Like
That is fair.
You know, save people and shoot them. Not after
And
they
apparently
save them.
lose people to Indiana.
Yes.
Hooray.
I mean,
Yay.
So wait, again, just like 2007, we've now also shipped our basketball coach to the Big Ten.
Oh, this means I don't have to watch
Again.
Tucker DeVries play basketball again. That's so nice.
I assume he's taking his son with him. Yes.
Yeah.
I hate this. This is the stupidest timeline. I hate this so goddamn much.
you know who else hates it?
This makes me feel so much better about the fact that Pitt doesn't have enough money to fire Jeff Gable.
You know who else hates this? Our friend Nicole Auerbach said the governor of West Virginia might threatened to sue the Indiana University next. And then so the governor is on Twitter, quote tweets this with the Mark Cuban writing that down.
Oh my God.
Mark Cuban, notoriously associated with both the University of Pittsburgh and the University of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go downstairs and talk to Puddles about this. And the guy's hopped up on
No,
drugs. Oh my God.
He's not gonna believe this happened. Look what happens. Like,
Beth, I'm not saying you should record that. But I'm not saying you should record that.
I can't imagine.
I mean, it could be an ad.
You know what's funny? Like Puddles, like normal state Puddles, right? Is kind of way out of it, all over the place. But like underneath painkillers, like I could just see like he's probably like normal. Yeah, just like not loopy whatsoever. Like the perfect Zen Puddle.
Well, because like normal Puddles is also like Zen too, but like optimist Zen.
We were very optimistic. Our doctor was very clear about the fact that we should not go up and down stairs. And today's like, I feel great. I'm pretty sure I could try it. We're like, no. Don't
do it, Puddle.
I did enjoy the like brief moment when I was envisioning like drug Puddles is realist Puddles. Like drug Puddles lives firmly in the realm of facts.
Okay. I could see that.
This is good.
This conversation is going to be a disaster.
Hit the button, Jordan.
What button?
She said disaster.
Oh no!
Disaster! Yeah, that button.
What a bad idea!
There was some dude at, I think it was a Hornets game, that came in wearing an all green suit. Which, of course, if you present me with that much green space on a human being,
oh god, the green suit from CJ.
I'm gonna chroma key it out.
Yeah.
And so then I just started putting other things in the chroma key until I eventually just put the Oh No Disaster film on the guy.
Yeah, it was great. You just like sound on.
I don't know why everyone loved it so much.
No, because we hadn't referenced it in a while, and it was kind of unexpected because this dude was wearing the brightest green suit known to man.
You can't wear green and not expect people to key you out. Okay, that's what people do.
Are we going to, like, if we ever do a live show, are we going to all wear green suits, or are we going to have to do like the motion capture dots so Hector can make something of it?
Oh, I like the motion capture dots.
I like the mocap
We just
dots
go just
too.
covered in ping pong balls.
Yes, let's do it.
But I'm going to take this as seriously as Andy Serkis is as Gollum. So I'm going to be crawling around on the floor. Make it very weird.
Because the show is so normal.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, it is.
Our normal show.
Well, you know what wasn't normal? Another joke we made in the last podcast was, lol, it looks like UC Riverside got accepted to the CBI and the NIT. Well, that turned a lot less fun because here's what happens. South Alabama gets a call from the NCAA inviting them to the NIT at 9:30 because UC Riverside was locked into the CBI. They were told they were in 100% in. NCAA calls back an hour later saying there's no spot for you. And their team the head coach already told his team. This is from @CBB Central. Kevin Sweeney. This sucks.
Yeah, this does suck.
That's just all it is to it. It sucks. And the NIT apologizes, which an NIT apology is the 69th best apology in the country.
Nice.
And then
the 69th. I like that one. That was good. Good
Thank
pull.
you.
That was good.
Good pull. Love it.
And then, of course, Richie Riley, South Alabama's head coach, goes, a meaningless apology to the most meaningful group of players I've ever coached. What they did last night was inexcusable, which I would agree with that.
Yeah, get their asses, honestly.
I mean, it's pretty messed up. Like, I'm bummed for South Alabama.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that's like, hey, man, our season's not over. We won the Sun Belt, even though we lost to ULM twice in the regular season. We won the Sun Belt. And, again, they they deserve postseason tourney, but like, the CBI invited UC Riverside, and like, then the NIT invited UC Riverside. But this is kind of on the NIT period because they got rid of the stupid rule. I'm sorry, the good rule. They stupidly got rid of this rule that guaranteed all conference champions a bid to the NIT. They got rid of this rule because if they still had this rule, South Alabama would be in the NIT. We wouldn't have to be worrying about this. And then because now there's like the college of basketball crown, which has like a Cotton Bowl rematch between Tulane and USC. Shout out to the Green Wave basketball team. But, really, because the NIT did away with that for what? Like, I mean, now like another tournament is like the NIT had
another more shitty mid majors. Like, no, sorry, not mid majors. More shitty P5 teams. That's all they're doing.
And so, like, the mid major, I'm sorry, the P5 teams that missed the tourney are going to the crown because the payout's more and Fox is throwing more money at it. And so the NIT was struggling to fit. But if you kept that rule, if maybe they put it in place again. Shout out to one of our favorites that does an NIT bracket, NIT Stu. He does an NIT bracket every year, and he's looking to get some more folks to fill that out. Which there was an NIT game that is actually going on. I think it's 99.99 in OT right now. What is?
Oh, seriously?
It was Chattanooga and Middle Tennessee triple OT right now.
Oh,
105 to 102. I mean, my God. Jeez.
Also, it looks like the CIT is not happening this year.
The CBI. Shout out to the CBI. They're going to do the CBI thing.
No, CBI is happening. I'm saying the CIT, I believe, is not happening.
And they're actually doing a bracket. The CBI is doing a bracket challenge. The winner gets CBI merch, which is cool. Like, I love these smaller tournaments. Like, hey, play into this. Do a bracket. Do something like this.
Wait, so
let's go.
I have a question about the CBI, though. So the CBI, since they're not getting UC Riverside, why can't they take South Alabama?
See, that's the thing. I don't know if South Alabama just didn't take them, or like the CBI, or they refused the CBI because they thought they should be in the NIT, and I don't know. So I'm gonna look at the. I gotta look at this bracket
see it
again. Sorry, real quick.
Apparently, the CIT is allegedly happening.
It's not.
I don't know. They haven't announced anyone yet.
They would have announced it by now if it was.
They can't possibly. Yeah, they're not looking for teams still. That would be just insane.
I love this. Okay, so in the CBI first round, it's Illinois State versus Presbyterian, Manhattan versus Incarnate Word. I was like, I'm gonna go to this Incarnate Word game, and then I realized that all the games take place in Daytona Beach. I was like, damn it! I wanted to go to a CBI game. Elon, the Phoenix versus Army, Queens versus Northern Arizona. Like, seriously, this is my the games, the schools that I went to.
Yeah, this is the dream.
This is my tourney.
We've Presbyterians in this game. That means we got blue hose in different area codes.
Got hose. The blue hose. Jacksonville, the Dolphins, Florida Gulf Coast, and Cleveland State, the Vikings in this tourney.
Damn.
Actually, that's pretty good.
It is sponsored by Purple Mattress.
Ooh.
So, it's one of those mattresses.
Any of you guys ever like test one of those?
I have. I actually have one. It was just like during like the pandemic where I was like, I'm not going to a mattress store because like people lay on these mattresses and you're just paranoid to touch anything. I ordered a Purple mattress. Like it would ship to my house, and then I had to do that weird vacuum thing where you got to
in the comically small box.
You got to be careful when you cut it open because it will just like smack you in the face if you cut it open too fast. I was able to avoid that, but it was close though. But no, this is like they do this all in one spot, so all the teams just got to travel to one spot, which is, I mean, maybe not as good for the fans. I kind of wish you had some home games, but.
Commish, could you say one more time some of those teams in the CBI?
Okay, CBI. All right. Illinois State, Presbyterian, Manhattan, the Jaspers, Incarnate Word, Elon, the Phoenix, Army, Queens College, and Northern Arizona. Then you
Swing your
then
axe.
you have Jacksonville, the Dolphins, Florida Gulf Coast, and Cleveland State, the Vikings.
Do you know who has a bunch of shirts from this? Home Field Apparel.
Whoa.
For the softest, comfiest collegiate apparel. Hey, they have an awesome Florida Gulf Coast shirt
They do.
that
It's
you should go
real
look
good.
at. They have awesome Cleveland Viking stuff too. They're Northern Arizona. Actually, this bracket is also very shirts we got this past summer.
Look, when I
they're good
went to
basketball
the
collection.
Northern Arizona bookstore, I was there. There was a section of just home field merch. It was crazy.
Beautiful.
Like you just see it hanging up in the bookstore, and I'm like, I saw this online. This is nuts.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm not going to buy it here because home field is nice to us every now and then. And I already had like a Northern Arizona hoodie on.
You already have.
Yeah, I already had Northern Arizona gear because I was going. They were like, show it off. But like,
use offer code yes, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. They've got some great basketball stuff going on right now, including those shooting shirts, which are great. And there are special boxes. I think by the time this comes out, their mystery box will be done, unfortunately.
Our Sicko CBB account just tweeted out Chattanooga onions, triple OT, the box, baby. They win 109 to 103 in triple OT.
Jesus.
Wow.
Folks, if you want to join us talking about all this kind of stuff in the Discord, you can join us by joining our Patreon for $5 a month. Get access to our Discord. Talk to us about all the weird research we do. Come up with ideas. Get access also to our different podcasts that are behind the paywall, including our drought series we have with Roger Sherman. Yeah. Episode 4, we're taking a break. It will be out next week.
Well, we're going to record it tomorrow night, and then we're going to put it out next Wednesday. Pitt Girl is going to come.
And Pitt Girl will be back on it.
I get to bookend the series and have no idea what happened in the middle.
Honestly,
perfect.
This one, it may be a little bit long, but it's kind of going to be worth it for like the double payoff here. I'm going to say.
Okay.
Because there's one when there's an instance where they set the longest losing streak record, and you'll find out what 2 teams had the longest losing streak record before Northwestern got it, which you'll be like, huh. And there could be a subject of a new series for that. And then you'll see when they finally win a game. They created something that is kind of awesome, and it's a saying that is still with the university till this day, which I didn't know. And by the way, the coach of Northwestern in like 1982 had like a local TV show, which there's like 4 episodes on YouTube.
Wait, like an actual show, not like a coach's
show? It was
a
coach's show, but like on TV. It was on like literal TV because this is 1982, like WGN.
I was going to say local TV in Chicago is WGN.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
it's kind of a big deal.
So like,
this
is like it's not like PBS or anything like that. This is 82. This is like network TV that you would get on an antenna for Northwestern, which is incredible. So stay tuned for the final episode for that one, and join the Patreon. I mean, really, it's $5 a month. I mean, what? You divide that by 30 days. That's 16 cents a day. Come on, man. We got to be at least worth that.
I'm sorry. You doing that math has me like can we do the like sad kid ad?
In the arms of
for pennies a day, we can feed 40.
You can support 5 sickos for just 16 cents a day, listener.
Join our Patreon. Come on, it's $5 a month. That's like, seriously, it's not even. It's a little bit more than $1 a week. Like you spend that like when you just step outside nowadays.
Well, and I'll drop a little. We'll tip our hand a little bit here. Coming in May, we're going to do something very special for folks that are members of our Patreon. So know that that's going to be happening.
Yes. If you're a part of a Patreon, like.
That's right, listeners. Jordan's feet are going to be on the Patreon.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, Commish may have to watch a 4-hour YouTube video that he swore he'd never watch, or Commish may actually have to drink Malort for the first time. Commish may have to do a whole bunch of different things. He is willing to subject himself for the committee, and Commish may do like a YouTube stream where he just has got to name Pokemon that he has no fucking idea what they are.
Do you know
It's Pikachu.
Is it Pikachu?
You're Roger Sherman. Roger Sherman, because he made a YouTube video, had to make a video with YouTube face.
Commish will make one with YouTube face if we get enough members.
Jesus.
And Beth said
No.
if we get 15,000 Patreon members, paid Patreon members, she will eat Duke's mayo, and Tubby will come and give her the happy pen.
It's gonna be like, okay, hold up, hey, Pitt Girl, in the Photoshop idea thread,
Yes.
just type Pulp Fiction scene needle Tubby.
Yeah, this has been something that has been on your Photoshop to-do list for like 3
I feel like
years now.
it's been that way for a long, long time.
How many subscribers for various members to get the Gen Z haircut? Like, you know the one I'm referring to?
Like,
we're not giving him the fashion
Do you
haircut.
want me to get like?
No.
Do you want me to get a perm? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like
the
that
perm top?
like haircut that, like the Gen Z has
I mean,
now.
we'll figure something out. I will subject myself to get more members for things.
Is that like I don't know the haircut? Is it like the Justin back in
It's
like the
it's
day when
kinda
Justin
like
Timberlake
Justin
had the hair that
Timberlake,
looked like ramen noodles?
But my hair is gonna be salt and pepper, baby. So, because I'm old, and
My hair, I can't get a perm.
I have
We tried once. It literally just fell out, and my hair looked like this.
I have a touch of gray. I look old enough to know what I'm doing, but I can still do it.
I would describe the Gen Z haircut as like the ramen noodles, but just on the top.
So like a high and tight with ramen noodles on top.
Yes.
Jesus. Also, go to our merch store at sickoscommittee.org. Our acrylic stands are back. We're doing pre-orders. If we get to 100, they'll make them. We have a basketball one, and the football one is back as well. We also have a YouTube channel. We have an Instagram. We have a Twitch. And as always, shout out to Message Board Geniuses Podcast. They go to places we refuse to go. I'm sure the West Virginia fans were.
They have been on
one.
They suggested that Tony Bennett come out of retirement for West Virginia. So. West Virginia's slow Mountaineer basketball.
Yes, yeah. I have just opened Message Board Geniuses on Blue Sky. The most recent post is from Ear Sports 1 hour ago. Okay. Quote, "Get Tony Bennett on the phone."
Yes. And it's like downvoted, right? Or is it like at 0?
It is at 0 points.
So it's not negative. It's okay.
The one below that.
This is not the time to re-up my BGN subscription, which I let lapse about 15 years ago.
So the one below that is also from Ear Sports. West Virginia head coach hot board version 1.0, number 1, Joe Mazzulla. Quote from the board, "Just saying, way less stressful job, way less road games, man starting a family, 1 downvote."
I mean, just for the record, I think West Virginia should hire Kevin Stallings.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
ULM.
And they can trade his kid back to the Pirates.
ULM did just hire.
Is there like a minor league affiliate? Is there like a minor league affiliate in West Virginia?
In Wheeling, yeah.
In Wheeling, okay. That's kind of close.
ULM just named a new coach, so don't steal Phil Cunningham from ULM, okay?
We just keep getting more coaches from Drake.
Hey, man, you can't spell ULM without Phil Cunningham.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
technically
that'll work.
Other fun news in the college football world, Deion Sanders wants to play another team for his spring game.
Which, honestly, I don't hate that.
I
don't hate it
either.
And I mean, it's just cool to see a coach that actually wants to play a spring game.
Yeah.
And Fran Brown is on Twitter going, "We will come to Boulder for 3 days."
Okay, do it.
I love Fran Brown.
Yeah. He pulls you in. Beth, he is so compelling. It's hard to describe. I was falling into his eyes when he was talking to me. I would have been ready to run through a wall for that man.
Winners get washed.
I can see how he would go up to like some kid and the kid would just be like, I will destroy my body for you, sir.
That's beautiful.
Hey.
Traveling back in time and Fran Brown is just like a warlord somewhere.
Oh, yeah. All these coaches would be warlords at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Warlord Steve Spurrier. Parthian General Steve
How
Spurrier.
did this little city-state take over a whole region? Well, you see.
Warlord Steve
Spurrier? The power of hating ass Steve Spurrier.
Warlord Steve Spurrier?
Yeah, like Scythian Steve Spurrier. Horse archer Steve Spurrier.
Now I'm imagining Steve Spurrier as a centaur.
I'm adding that to the Photoshop thread immediately.
There's a Parthian shot joke in there somewhere, and I can't get there.
Steve Centurier. Okay. It just like
that makes it sound like he's a Roman soldier.
Steve Spurrier as a centaur.
Yeah, Steve Spurrier and his legions. Consul Steve Spurrier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Roman centurion Steve Spurrier.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine the shade he would be throwing on the other proconsul?
How did we get to?
About how badly he fought on his day.
How did we get to this?
You got us here. You did this.
This wasn't me.
Like, that got out of control from me. It went so far.
It was only a little bit out of control, and then you said Steve Centurion.
No, but like, how did we get to like Warlord Steve Spurrier?
Because Fran Brown has enough charisma that, you know, if we go back to like circa AD 700, that man is absolutely like getting a tribe of horsemen together in the Eurasian steppe and leading them to victory. That's
because prior to football, had Steve Spurrier existed, we would all be Floridians.
This is Florida.
And that's too dangerous a thing to contemplate.
Riding into battle on gigantic domesticated gators.
I could see that.
I mean, just barely domesticated. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they
tamed gators.
Steve Spurrier as Floridian Hannibal taking the gators over the Alps.
only the Alps in this particular case.
I mean, you guys know Florida doesn't travel.
That's true.
No, but look, like
the great Khan Nick Saban.
Fran Brown doing this, like, I love that he quote tweeted this article. Like, this is like, hey, we'll fucking go to Colorado, and
you rang,
and just Jordan, you remember when we interviewed Fran Brown? That was like our first interview that we ever did with a coach.
Yep.
I'm still kind of terrified of Fran Brown, because like he saw my soul, he saw my deepest fears, when we interviewed him for the Bear Bryant Awards, because like he mind
melded with you.
God. I mean, look, man, Syracuse, you got a great coach. We love Fran, and he can like, look, he's a great coach. I am excited for Syracuse to have that, and this is cool. Like, if you want to do a spring game, this is awesome. Like, do this.
I am all about actually doing a real spring game. Yeah. If we do it like non-contact or whatever, like play with like different rules, whatever, or a spring showcase, because.
Play flag, sure.
Right, because what a spring game should be a show of force. It's your military parade, right?
No.
The spring game is actually the Arirang mass games.
Yes, it's your North Korean military parade where you have the you know, dear leader Dion's up there, and everyone else is like passing by.
I'm trying to in my head. I'm trying to equate it like, hey man, these two teams in training camp decide to play against each other in the NFL. You're going like,
and here is a tank rolling down the avenue outside the stadium.
The Ralphie tank,
largest stadium in the world. Actually, I think there are cricket stadiums larger in India now, but if you count cricket stadiums have a different build.
It's not weird. Like, there was a cricket email that we got to our account. Hey, we want to be the official cricket to us. I'm like, God damn.
Crickos?
Crickos.
That's right.
Sickets.
That sounds like some disease a kid had.
That's not good.
Yeah, that is a vitamin
No,
deficiency.
no, man.
You don't need that riboflavin.
We don't need stickets, all right? Like with the current whatever administration, we don't need it anymore right now. Okay, don't give them any ideas.
If you just take your essential oils, you don't get sickets. Okay.
Just eat a lime. Just eat one lime.
No. What if I refuse to eat citrus? Because citrus is bad for you.
You just drink.
Okay, have fun with scurvy.
You know what's good for you though? Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, it is time for one of my favorite sporting events of the year. It is time for the Barkley Marathons.
Hell yes.
Hooray!
We love it.
We got to give a shout out to one of our Sickos patrons who nailed the time exactly that it started.
Is
this a thing you can gamble on?
He didn't. He found someone who did, though.
Oh, I thought he said he doxed himself. He said it was him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a thing you can gamble on.
I don't think
gamble on anything.
Look,
sure.
we're not big in gambling, but there can't be.
What did you find out, Pitt Girl, from the John Oliver gambling thing? There are people. There are
people gambling on Polish ping pong, folks. So like, I'm sure that you can. It's just like, it's like when we were talking about the Iditarod. It's like, somebody somewhere is betting on this. Much to consider.
No, it was another dude. It wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't him? Okay.
So the Barkley's Marathons.
Okay.
Listeners, I will bring you back into the world again. This is a race run annually by Laz Lake,
and
Tennessee.
Don't forget Raw Dog.
Man of the Mountains. And Raw Dog. Well, Raw Dog helped him come up with it. And it is a race through a national park in Tennessee. It is 100 miles in 5 laps, so 5 laps is 20. It is off trail for most of it.
Yes.
And the runners have to find books that are laid out, and they have to grab a certain page, whatever number they're wearing for that lap. And they have to rip that page out, and the only way they're considered to have finished the lap is if all pages come back.
Okay, so I linked the elevation thing, which this was kind of like a hotly contested YouTube video that we had, where you told me to stop reading the YouTube comments, which I did after that because I was fighting back on this one. So this is we did a video about this last year, and so basically they were just like, "There's no way the elevation is like that," and so I linked the Blue Sky post there. It says the course rundown heading into 2025. Basically, the first mile gets to 3,000 feet, and then like when you're at mile 3, you drop all the way back to 1,500 feet, then back up to 3,000 feet by about mile 5, back down to like from mile 5 to mile 6, you go from 3,000 feet down to 1,500 feet, and then mile 6, like you just back to mile 8, you're at 3,000 feet, and it's just like you're going up and down, and this is like an absolutely insane ultra marathon. There's a movie about this that's called like The Race That Eats Its Young. This is something that one of our followers on Blue Sky was like, "I'm a real sicko for this," and I was like, "Hey, but we're with you." And I was like, "Here's the video," and they were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you guys were into this too, but I should have known."
Oh, very much.
And I was like, "We are, because this is insane."
We found out from Keith Dunn. Keith Dunn is our man on the ground, not our man in particular, but a man on the ground that posts about this. And of course, the way it works, the start time is unknown. The start day really is unknown. You get told to show up at a certain time, around a certain time, and they blow a conch, and the conch signals a 1 hour start time. And then, of course, Laz lights the cigarette, and the runners are off. We've had 2 runners so far finish lap 1. Finishing a single lap of this is considered to be amazing. This year, I think already 2 people have dropped out on the first lap. Only 35 people do this a year. It is a very limited thing. It is supposed to be very counterculture, and it's supposed to be very not publicly accessible for good reason. Also, this is supposed to test the limits of human endurance. And it says something that basically this race went for about 20 years before anyone finished it.
The fact that there were as many finishers last year as there were, I have a friend who's an ultramarathoner and has run a LAS race before, not this one. And he was saying that in the ultramarathon community, people were terrified after that because of what it would mean for what they would do to people this year. Because it is considered to be a massive failure when that many people finish.
Worth noting also that last year was the first year in which a woman finished the full
Yes.
thing. Jasmine Paris finished all 5 loops just under the time limit. She finished 99 seconds before the 60-hour cutoff. Girl boss.
Yes.
That is just so close. So painfully close.
There was another person that apparently finished it like 6 seconds over, but then like he missed a book or something. And so that would have been the closest time to like just missing, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. This race is insane. Like I can't even.
Oh my God, she has a PhD.
I can't even imagine.
Everyone, what he said about all the runners that finish this, they are all have advanced degrees in science or engineering.
Yeah. So I'm reading. Jasmine Paris has a Wikipedia page. Jasmine Karina Paris MBE is a British runner who has been a national fell running champion, has set records for the Bob Graham round and the Ramsey round. In 2024, she became the first woman to successfully complete the Barkley Marathon. She's a senior lecturer in the Royal Dick School of Veterinary Studies at the University of Edinburgh. How do people like this exist?
I can barely Royal what school?
It is Royal parentheses Dick School of Veterinary Studies.
Oh, so it's a school of veterinary, like, see spot run, spotted dick. Got it.
Yes.
I was gonna think like
Siri,
just like
quiet.
a veterinary urologist.
I love this. I love these type of people because these people are kind of like unicorns, I would say, because they're like the ones that, hey, I got all the brains, but I want to use my brains to push my body to the absolute limit, and I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna do this. I am gonna and like this is the race that does that. And for Dr. Paris, doctors in Paris to finish this is incredible.
Pitt Girl.
I have done some additional reading about the Royal Dick School of Veterinary Studies. Originally called the Highland Society's Veterinary School, Edinburgh, the Dick Vet, as it came to be known, was established by William Dick, a former student of the anatomist John Barkley of the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh.
So it really is the Dick Vet.
It's the Dick Vet.
Sorry about your weird Dick Vet. I don't know where you put the emphasis in that sentence. Sorry about the weird Dick Vet.
It was officially named Dick's Veterinary College following a request made by his sister in 1873.
I don't know why I knew this came in can form, but I knew that.
Spotted dick? Oh yeah, it does.
Oh no, I got there's like a cake version of it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's tasty. It's not bad.
You've had it?
It's a pudding. It depends on your tolerance for like steamed. Well, so it's a British pudding, which is like a steamed thing, like steamed bread.
Oh God, I've wound up on these spotted dick Pinterest.
You can get it in a can. Heinz makes it.
It looks like a bundt cake.
Heinz makes a lot of awful things for the Brits they don't bring over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have it, so I'll have to order a couple cans and send them to you guys, and you can tell me how it is.
This is like a bundt cake.
That's allergic to dick.
Okay.
Yes, famously.
Everyone good?
I'm trying.
Yep. It's fine.
Okay.
What? I don't understand what's funny.
Let's talk about the Pikachus.
Yay!
Commish, you know who Pikachu is, right?
That's like the one of the 3 Pokemons that I know.
Okay, what are the other 2?
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Snorlax.
That's one.
Okay.
Oh, I got 4. Charizard.
Hey, look at that.
I mean,
You're 4 out of 151.
I apparently I'll learn them all.
Gotta catch them
Gotta
all.
learn them all.
But only in the Kanto region, apparently.
Where's
There's
a
going to be the very
region?
best, like no one
What
else.
the hell?
Look, there's no way he's gonna know. Like, oh, here's my favorite Kalos Pokemon. It ain't gonna happen, man.
What are your thoughts about Bidoof?
I feel like I said this was on an episode where I learned.
He's seen Lechonk.
Okay.
He's seen Smoliv.
Okay. There's like one that's like a rock.
Smoliv. There are
There's
several
two.
that are like a
Yes.
rock. You're going to have to be more specific.
There's one with like a rock with like fists or something.
Geodude, yeah.
Geodude.
Pretty grappler,
Okay,
too.
that sounds about right.
Also, Commish, you have to
being
understand the
Geodude.
first generation of Pokemon was like translated by a guy.
Okay.
So the first generation of Pokemon has some weirdness in it. A lot of jank.
You mean like Ekans and Arbok, which are just snake and cobra backwards?
Or the counting birds?
What are,
Uno, dos, and tres?
is there like
Yes.
a cat? It's like
Well, then you get the county dragon later, but he's
Mhm.
counting in
like
German.
Mewtwo or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the cat one?
Yeah, it's
That
one
is
cat
a
one.
cat
Okay.
one, yes.
I did see that Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu movie where he turns out to be the father.
Okay.
But okay. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Wow, spoilers much?
I mean,
Spoilers for Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu is your father.
This is the
That-
it was the Angel. Who's it? The Angels, and who else was playing in the Tokyo Dome?
No. It was the Cubs and Dodgers.
Dodgers. Sorry,
And
because Shohei Ohtani
and
was there.
this was funny. It's just like, oh my god, perhaps the best moment of the night. The Pikachus slowly waddling their way off the field in an empty Tokyo Dome. There's a video of this that's there.
It's really cute.
And you could like
It's really
click it if you
cute.
want to share it. You could do that. There's no sound to it, but we could react to it if you want to. But it's just like in my head, it's the pretzel episode of The Simpsons. And here come the Pikachu.
I mean, there are
Whitey
enough
Ford
different
is
versions
down
of
because the
Pikachu.
Pikachu's got him.
You could have a Pikachu race with different Pikachus, like Surfing Pikachu and Ball Cap Pikachu.
It's
And
Fat
There's different
Pikachu.
Pikachus?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah, sometimes Pikachu can learn surf and a lowland well, no, you have a lowland Raichu.
Raichu.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sometimes Pikachu wears a hat, and that makes him extra collectible.
Oh, yes. There are, how many hat Pikachus do
Yeah,
I have in
mean,
Pogo
Oh,
right
God.
now?
I haven't been on my Pogo in a long time. I'm going to have to remember the password.
Wait,
Puddle
I'm
sent me
sorry.
a gift
Pogo is
today.
Pokemon Go?
Aw. Wait, that means Puddles. Puddles is not supposed to go out. Bad Puddles.
Maybe he's playing Stay.
Okay, you've got to be kidding me.
I need you to narc on Puddles for all of his Pokemon related travels right now because he is supposed to be an inside pet.
Okay, I
No
will
walks,
do that.
no car rides, bad Puddles.
Okay, I will. The next time I receive a Pogo gift from Puddles, you will know.
Thank you.
Again, Pokemon Go is referred to as Pogo.
Yes.
Okay, that's
See, Beth has never played any of the core games, which means she needs to play two.
I have
She
played
has time in her life.
2 Pokemon games
all right,
ever.
man.
I've played Pokemon Go and I've played Pokemon Snap, and that's
we get
it.
to 500. We
wild
get
to
to
me.
500 Patreon subscribers. Commish has to name the Pokemons on Twitch. We'll just like
Oh,
Make me
yes.
go back and play like Red or
whatever.
No, I wouldn't make you play Red. I'd make you play Fire Red.
Fire Red.
My first
What's
Pokemon
the
game
difference?
prop
They're still red.
Emerald on a GBA when I was in college.
I have Pearl. It's just sitting on a shelf. I've never played.
Well, yeah, you have your
They
little
make
player.
these lovely Chinese emulators now. It's
Ooh.
Let
great.
Commish do
I
weird
mean,
things. Join the
There's a
Patreon.
GBA emulator for iPhone now.
I mean, I have a GBA. I could just use the GBA I have.
I
Finding a Pokemon cart's hard to honestly, Pokemon carts are not easy to find because people hold on to them.
Yeah, and some of them have the batteries in them that die, and it's
Because those are games from the era that they actually soldered at, little batteries into the games to keep the save
Yeah.
files alive.
Well, I know for Pokemon Snap, you had to have the little red thing on your N64.
Oh, the memory pack expansion?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes. The only games that required that were Pokemon Snap, Perfect Dark, Donkey Kong 64, and I think Majora's Mask. Maybe Pod Racer 2.
I think one
Now
of
we're
the
just
Mario
naming-
parties might have as well.
This is what
Now we're
happens.
just naming N64 games.
The Mario's
This
party.
is what happened
Mario's
when I
party.
abandoned Nintendo and I just went to like PS range.
I'll make the trains run on time. Wahoo! Mario Party.
The N64 was a system I largely missed because that was whenever I was like, I think Sega's figured it out with the Dreamcast.
Swing and a miss, Beth.
Oops.
Swing and a miss.
Listen, I will go to my grave saying they did figure something out, and none of you assholes will ever know about it.
Yeah, they did, and no one wanted what they figured out. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, it's just I feel like the Dreamcast was man underappreciated. It was cool, but it was just like nobody could. Was the price point
Was
different?
Okami on Dreamcast? Okami was on Dreamcast, wasn't it?
What? No, Okami was PS2.
I remember one of my friends,
And then Wii, and then DS.
he was the
Clover got bought.
He was the rich friend that had a Dreamcast, and it's like I couldn't afford a Dreamcast. All I had was
Okami is my favorite game, and I have bought it 9
PlayStation or
times on different systems.
I got confused with Shenmue. Sorry.
My
Shenmue
first
was
console
on-
was a Wii.
Your first console was a
Oh my
Wii,
god.
Arthur?
I mean, technically, my first console was a Switch because my parents were like, "We have a computer. You don't need a console."
My
so,
Wii
like,
was my wedding gift to myself.
Yeah, my first
did
my
you,
first
like,
console was
register
an
for that?
NES when I was 5.
No,
Was there like a
No.
Wii registry?
no.
had to, like,
Although now that I'm thinking about my registry, I'm getting angry
You had
again.
to- you
My
had to-
registry
You
infuriates
had to
me.
create your Me on your registry.
did you at least get a KitchenAid mixer out of it?
Oh my god,
no.
Beth is.
Oh,
about to kill
no.
you. That's
So
nice.
I registered for a KitchenAid mixer. Someone bought the KitchenAid mixer, crossed it off my registry, and never gave it to me. So somebody else bought all the attachments. So I got all the attachments to a mixer that I never got.
Oh, this is very
Yes, this.
What?
Oh my god! It has been 18 years, and I'm still mad about it.
And rightfully so. Like, whoever did this to you.
Do you not have?
I actually I contacted Bed Bath and Beyond, and I'm like, I need to fucking know who bought
Hey,
this.
Gift of the Magi. Sorry, my brain totally ticked off on Gift of the Magi. Okay.
Yeah,
Beth,
listener, you couldn't see the face I
Beth,
made
Beth,
whenever
do you-
Pitt Girl asked
do
me,
you have a
please
KitchenAid?
I am so sorry that I
do you have a
asked.
KitchenAid mixer right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because 2 years ago, I told this story to one of my friends who was horrified and immediately gave me.
Okay, I was about to say, like, the committee is about to buy you one.
No, it's fine. I have one.
Okay,
It's
I was
blue.
like, we need to
I
buy.
love it very much.
One KitchenAid and 15
Yeah.
million
No,
crock
like
pots.
they gave. I'm serious. Every attachment. I had like multiple pasta attachments. I had all
Ooh.
of the toys and nothing to plug it into.
Do you think somebody brought it to the wedding and then just stole it?
I mean, maybe. I hadn't thought about that.
Ooh, KitchenAid heist.
I mean, this is, to be clear, as an adult, there are a few things you can do that are a greater crime than this sort of a thing.
Yeah, this is. I feel your anger.
Yeah,
And you were married in like what 2000?
2007, because I was on my
That's
honeymoon.
kinda
when
like-
all that went down.
Do you think? I'm gonna think one of your relatives lifted it from you.
Maybe.
Okay,
I'm divorced now, so maybe it was one of my ex-husband's relatives. I
I'm
prefer
gonna
to
say
keep
yes because that's just like you put the KitchenAid mixer on the registry, and if somebody
Mm-hmm.
checks that off, like they're your friend for life.
Bed Bath & Beyond could not tell me who bought it, but they were able to tell me that it was bought in Allegheny County.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So the scene of the crime is somewhere in Pittsburgh
Mm.
or in the greater Pittsburgh Metroplex.
So the Pitt fan
Okay.
just getting
People
back.
who,
I mean,
people
it
who were in
could have been
Pittsburgh
me.
and knew Beth in 2007 stay on
Messed
watch.
up.
That was the worst thing that happened in 2007 for Beth.
I mean, it's close.
Hey, you want some good news for college athletes for
Yeah.
once?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna pay them $1,500 for a person for the new college football game.
Sweet.
As opposed to 600.
Yay!
Because last year 600 was fine to start with, but this game made big bucks. So now we're up to 1,500 and a copy of the game.
That's like
More-
5 KitchenAid mixers, like the ones with the lifty arm.
The lifty arm.
I want one of the ones where you have to slide the metal grate over the bowl like the industrial ones.
Oh, yeah, that's the dream. When you want to make bread for everyone you've ever known.
Like this,
When you want to
that
make
KitchenAid
that much
mixer
cheddar,
is like the one thing that's like, I'll finally learn how to bake if I had one of these.
it makes it a lot easier.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is you just throw shit in there.
Baking is my favorite.
With the EA Sports game, it's nice that last year was 600. That's good, but now it's 1,500 in NIL, which is basically that's incredible for any player that's in the game to do that. I'm still kind of bummed that they're not going to have FCS in this year coming up.
Yeah. I feel like that's just one of those things at this point where you don't want to half-ass it, but
no, like the stadium rendering was tough, and I mean, if the Kibbe Dome is a masterpiece. The Kibbe Dome is the Sistine Chapel of college football, so they need to have it ready.
That is a bold
statement. Ready.
Sir.
They need to have it ready, and it takes a little bit of time. So the Kibbe Dome.
Well, it let's see. The Sistine Chapel has a roof.
Yes.
Kibbe Dome has a roof. It has specific aesthetics and is beloved by many, a pilgrimage site.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Sistine Chapel
conclave when the Pope dies,
right? Yeah. And when one of us dies, that's where we're going to have our conclave to raise up a new person for the podcast. Correct.
You can just say when I die, Beth, because I'm going first. We all know this.
I'm the oldest one, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I live more recklessly than all of you.
Well, you did go to Dartmouth.
Jordan's here for a good time. Not
he did go to Dartmouth. I'll say that.
The fact that I made it to 40 is a shock.
That's a good one.
A lot of people in my life.
On the top of the Kibbe Dome, I've never looked straight up. Is it like Joe Vandal pointing to the big sky, Commish? Is that what it is?
Let's see.
Is it
Kibbe Dome roof?
I mean, what's above the field?
I like the idea that it would be the commissioner of the conference, as if that's someone that people know and like enough.
I mean, or is it John Deep Freeze, like the Iowa? I'm sorry, the Idaho legend quarterback that played for the Seahawks.
Paint the roof of the Kibbe Dome, please.
Come on, just let us
see. Let us paint it.
I posted.
You're going to need to not. The problem is that we are also going to take several years laying on our backs to paint the roof. So
yeah, there's
it's fine. You could just play the game under the scaffolding, but
there's this square spot. I love that Idaho Tennis tagged us in something because they play tennis in the Kibbe Dome.
Perfect.
It's Idaho Tennis tagged us in something on Instagram. Follow our Instagram. But they were just
my dream is to play lawn darts in the Kibbe Dome.
Ooh.
Look, I made an extra point in Holt Arena. It was not a great kick, but I want to make an extra point in the Kibbe Dome on the mounted to the wall goalposts.
Have you seen
to the wall?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you seen what their beautiful basketball arena looks like next to the Kibbe Dome? I dropped a picture in the chat.
I mean,
because the Kibbe Dome has the aesthetics of, I'm saying this as nice as possible. It has the aesthetics of the Chernobyl sarcophagus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And next to it is this beautiful wooden building with all these curves and natural. Look at the inside. The inside's beautiful too. This is they built a brand new arena and it's actually gorgeous. It's a wooden dome.
Oh, shit.
Well, I like that it goes.
Oh man, they're coming after NAU's crown.
Oh,
it doesn't it goes with the Kibbe Dome. It's like this is the Kibbe Dome's hot girlfriend.
Whew.
The Bill Belichick.
The Bill Belichick to
No. The Kibbe Dome is Wally, and the basketball arena is Eve.
Oh, okay. Put on your Sunday clothes. Let's out there.
Look, I'm gonna say this, being on Idaho State's campus and going to see some of their stuff like this. Like I'm absolutely thrilled. I am hoping to get to Moscow this year for the Kibby Dome. I'm hoping to make the Sickos pilgrimage. I'm again, join our Patreon to help me do this, because I'm in San Antonio and I gotta fly. I gotta take a stop either Denver or Salt Lake.
Are we calling this the Hajj? Yes.
I mean, I do pray towards Moscow every day, 5 times a day. I know where it is at all times.
That's important.
I love the fact that their new head coach Thomas Ford follows us. At Idaho.
The longer we do this, the more people that get promoted to big jobs are people who have followed us in the past.
We interviewed Shane Beamer, and Shane Beamer follows us. Like South Carolina, like this shit is messing with me so much. Like
real people know we exist. Not that you, Jeff Listener, are not also a real person, but we aren't.
No, like
hey listener, you're real. You're real. Hey, it's okay. Hey, buddy, if you're high and freaking out, it's fine. You're real. It's okay. You're not a cloud. You're a person. Can I do ASMR now? Like,
let's do it. Let's do some ASMR.
Is that good?
Stop that.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Do not do that.
It.
No, stop it.
Let's do some Kibby Dome ASMR.
I think we're gonna have an ad right in here.
Okay, let's talk about something we didn't talk about last time.
Doink. Oh, okay.
We didn't talk about the women's tournament.
So we
mentioned going on.
Disaster. What a bad idea.
Disaster.
You have to over enunciate everything.
I already do that.
Safety.
I
alert.
am. Alert, 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 alert.
They're covering us in mayo.
They're covering me in mayo.
Horns down.
And thanks for that word from our sponsor, Intuit TurboTax.
ULM.
The worst audio we've ever made, and that's saying something.
ULM mentioned.
The women's tournament is going on.
What about Corvallis Love?
Well, no, see, this is what's on after Corvallis Love.
After Corvallis Love, it is your water boy defensive coordinator here. My mama said that all because they get on our team and don't do much. Okay.
Sorry, I hit the storm audio too late. Okay. Number 1 seed.
Look,
overall is UCLA.
Right, I'm gonna do the women's NCAA tournament because look, like the brackets, like there was 4 or 5 brackets that dropped all at the same time on Sunday night, and we missed it. And we love the women's tourney because the women's tourney is phenomenal TV, and we love women's basketball, and everybody watches women's sports. It's great. The women's tourney, UCLA is the number 1 overall seed, which is awesome. They were undefeated for probably the longest in the year, but South Carolina is the number 2 overall seed. They are still a 1 seed though. This is kind of a weird thing with South Carolina, which they are the defending champs. South Carolina won a coin toss against Texas, but they lost the coin toss here, I guess, essentially against UCLA, who UCLA did win, their Big Ten title, and so did South Carolina. So UCLA's women's basketball was phenomenal for the longest. They lost to USC twice, Juju Watkins twice. They are both worthy 1 seeds. The overall thing, I don't think that really matters. I mean, if you get to the championship game and it's those two, who cares? You're there, whatever. The NCAA tournament, some headlines here. There are 3 bids from the Ivy League. Columbia and Princeton. Both are in the first 4 as 11 seeds, and the conference champ Harvard. Go ahead, Jordan. Talk some trash about those universities.
Yay! Jordan
Are
has
they
to be so
making
happy.
important question? Are they making the Ivy League teams fight in the
No,
first
they're not.
4?
They're not playing
Oh.
each other in the first round.
Boo.
That would be too mean.
That'd be too mean. But no, Princeton and
As a noted Ivy League abolitionist, I think it is the right amount of mean.
I love this Ivy League abolitionist. I love it. All right.
Who can argue?
I want to give a shout out to Murray State. Murray State made the tournament, and they are the top scoring women's basketball team in the country. They are a lower seed. They should be feisty in the women's bracket, which I'm hoping that the women's seeding doesn't start, and you can still do your bracket when this comes out on Thursday. 12 seed Green Bay, 12 seed Fairfield, the Stags. Both of those two are very feisty. 10 seed South Dakota State. And all three of those have been the nation's best mid-majors for the past couple of years. And they both could get to the second round with some upset wins. Maybe, if they're lucky to get through to a Sweet 16. But those are kind of like your big women's basketball teams for the mid-majors to get to the next level. Now, women's basketball is still pretty top heavy. And to have a top a 12 seed or a 10 seed in the Sweet 16 is kind of difficult to get there. They still haven't leveled the playing field with NIL or whatever, so to speak. But those are kind of your best shots for some fun and some upsets in your women's college basketball bracket.
So I got
you got a question?
One issue
Yeah.
with the women's bracket here.
Okay.
I just think they should have incorporated coin flips more as a metric.
Mm-hmm. Very important metric there.
Sure, if they had the same record, more coin flips. Would Greg Sankey do the coin flip?
Well, I think it would have to be whoever was chairing the women's selection committee.
Who's the chair of the women's
honestly,
selection?
that's something I would like to see. Anytime there is a selection that people are like, oh, that was too high, that was too low, right? They'll ask the representative of the committee, hey, what was your thought process here?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that coin flips should be a small part of it, right? Especially when you're seeding 64 teams, you can maybe flip coins against a team slightly ahead, slightly behind, whatever. There's kind of a lot of fluidity there, right? And so I just like the idea that someone could be asking the committee representative, hey, so what made you seed this team there? And they're well, we flipped a coin.
Arthur, are you positing this theory because you are hoping to see West Virginia Governor Morrissey sue the United States Mint
for an unbalanced coin?
That coin was unbalanced.
I am now.
What's the best coin to use for a coin flip, and why is it $0.50?
No, $0.50 is too big.
No, you want the big chunkin' boy.
I feel like you want somebody to have a challenge coin.
Okay, so wait.
I do think it has to be a custom.
The best coin to be flipped. Okay, just the normal
how much
currency?
Are challenge coins?
I mean, it depends. It depends on the coin.
It can't be that much, right?
Imagine if you just walk in with actual foreign currency.
I feel like the worst one to be would be a dime. You don't want to flip a dime.
Yeah, it's too small.
Well, you could also do one that is comically light, the old Austrian shilling was super light. If you tried to flip that thing, I mean,
it'd just go forever.
You might put it into low orbit.
When I was a youth, my grandmother went to St. Lucia and came back with St. Lucian money and sent it to me. And things I remember from looking at St. Lucian money include they had a coin that had wavy edges. Ooh. And they also had a coin that I swear to like real wavy edges, not how dimes are bumpy so you can tell that they're a dime. And also one of them, I swear to God, it was hollow because it was comically light.
Mm-hmm.
So, proposal, wavy edged hollow coin for coin flip.
Okay, imagine a ref just it's time for the coin toss and they pull out some of the the Hanukkah chocolate coins
Oh,
that they
gelt.
have.
We're flipping the ceremonial guilt.
Imagine doing that. Like they're one of them's half melted or something. Just yeah.
I always want the chocolate to taste better in those things, and it
I
never
mean,
does.
I think
they're
that's
not meant
the
to be
case of
good.
any chocolate that's formed into a shape.
That's fair.
If it was good chocolate, you wouldn't need a shape.
True.
Have you ever seen a kid attempt to eat one of those where they just try to bite through the foil and it just sort of gooshes out everywhere and it's the worst?
Because those things melt like crazy too.
Yes,
That's
they do. Yeah, the melting point of that is below body temperature.
right. Holding it in your hand open, it will melt. And you get gushy chocolate.
That word is so unpleasant.
What's
What,
it taste
gushy?
like? Tinfoil and sad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking to see if we can get custom challenge coins now.
Okay,
We
I
definitely
mean,
can.
it's really not a matter of if there. It's how much are we willing to spend. Join the Patreon.
that's right. Join the Patreon. Do it. I want to say, our Starch Madness champions, Montana State, they wound up with a 13 seed after the potato putback. They have drawn 4 seed Ohio State, and I mean, apparently we may have some Ohio State fans that follow us, which is weird. But I'm sorry, go Bobcats. We got Big Sky Bridget. We want the Bobcats to pull off an upset in the first round for sure. I will say.
Yes.
I mean, I
think that's
don't
fair.
think anybody else
Yes.
on this podcast is rooting for Ohio State, even though the Ohio State
No.
fan Arthur.
Mhm.
Notorious.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
You forgot about
I'm
that bit,
definitely
right?
Strong in that
You
bit. Yeah.
forgot about that bit was over at the end of football season.
I mean, I kept it up by playing some college football 25 as Ohio State.
Oh,
Mhm.
So I'm trying to put it in my brain, more than just me having to think about it every time.
so I want to give a shout out to our beloved Oregon State Beavers. The women's Beavers were in the Elite 8 last year. In their last year in the Pac-12, they lost basically their whole team except for 2 of their stars in the transfer portal. They came through and won the WCC conference that they're in. They wound up as a 14 seed, and they drew 3 seed North Carolina. This is, I mean, it's a tall task, but for Oregon State, anything that happens to Oregon State and Washington State, I mean, we gotta root for them. It's just something that is beyond their control. Anything that happened, and the 2 stars that stayed behind for Oregon State to get them to this point, it meant a ton to them. And just to get into this tourney and to win the WCC conference tournament is phenomenal. Also, we're going to have a guest in the future who is an Oregon State alum, and she runs Flagrant Mag, and she's going to go ahead and talk about the WNBA in the future in May. I'll be on the podcast. An Oregon State alum, and we gotta give a shout out to the Beavers here, because this is an incredible story. But again, a 14 seed going against a 3 seed, it's gonna be tough. So the shell of the Beavers of their Elite 8 team is back. They're in the tourney as a 14 seed against a 3 seed. It'd be fun for a great upset.
The shell of the Beavers is a great
The shell
name.
of the Beavers, the Beaver shell. It's kind of like one of those dolls, the Russian dolls, the Matryoshka dolls.
Matryoshka. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to a potential second round game between TCU and Louisville, which would see Haley Van Lith playing against her first college team, which was Louisville. She played for LSU last year, and she was playing out of position for Kim Mulkey in a weird position. And you kind of remember Caitlin Clark torching her which Kim Mulkey didn't really give her any help in the Elite Eight last year of the women's basketball bracket. She bounced back, was the Big 12 Player of the Year, won the Big 12 Women's College Basketball Tourney with some great folks on the TCU women's team. And really, that could be a great second round game for Haley and the TCU Horned Frogs, which they had the advantage because, you know, they could handle the XII, the Big 12s all over the court, because their Horned Frog court is just an absolute mess.
I hate that thing so much.
It does make my eyes hurt.
It did. I wonder what they're going to do next year.
I think other conferences should do it.
Really? There was someone that said that, hey, look at the SEC court. There's a bunch of SECs everywhere, but it wasn't like really spotted because the Big 12 had like 2,860 all over the court.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like one of the smaller conferences that really needs some sponsorship.
Okay.
So instead of their own logo, it's just like a
Purple
it's just like a,
mattresses.
or like Roman or something like that.
I mean, I love anytime you're watching Rutgers basketball, the commentators have to say they're on their feet at Jersey Mike's.
I mean, if you're going to have something all over your stadium, Jersey Mike's, what do you call it? Sauce?
Mike's way.
They're vinaigrette.
Mike's way.
Yes.
Mike.
It's a very wet sandwich.
Are we talking about the
They make a very
Friday
wet
again?
sandwich. No. Jersey Mike's makes a very wet sandwich.
Look, their mixture.
The more we talk about this, the more uncomfortable I get. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, glad HR is on this call.
Bridget!
Bridget, hey.
I don't like that we made her. She took over that role, and I don't feel comfortable with that. I feel like that was a good role for me.
You should complain to HR.
Oh no, I'm now caught in my own Kafka-esque hell of my own making. Oh no,
Disaster!
What a bad idea.
Oh no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
They're covering me in mayo.
I mean, that is a pretty
so
bad
glad
idea.
I have that one.
I mean, the we're covering me in mayo thing. We should have thought of that the first time we talked about the Ferrari hat. Maybe that's why the hat looks like that.
I mean, best case scenario for that hat would be like if it were for a team that actually does the Indianapolis 500, because then the milk's a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My final thing for the women's tourney, I'm gonna give a shout out to our beloved Atlantic 10, the Atlantic 10 champions, 11 seed George Mason, which it's the ladies team. Can we just call them Georgette Mason? I don't, no. Georgina Mason.
Yeah. Wasn't that
Georgia
Charlie
Mason?
Bucket's? Charlie Bucket's one of her
Grandma
his
Georgina.
grandparents?
Gina.
Yeah, it was like George and Georgina.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgina
Weren't
Mason.
they all supposed to be British?
Probably. Route Dahl is British.
Yeah.
They're not British though. Not in the original.
Well, no.
But everyone else has a British. Like his teacher has a British accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So is it in Britain?
I think so.
I don't know.
Who can say?
Who can say?
Anyways.
You're asking questions that I don't know that we actually want answers to.
Yeah, given his whole deal.
Yeah.
Okay, who else are we looking at as a potential upsets?
Oh, I think that was the last thing I had marked.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
Charlie and
Folks, that's all we got for tonight.
Do you think it's weird how